Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of high school wrestling. The Cardinals hosting the Osseo Orioles. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro, sidelines, and this is the first of a doubleheader for the Cardinals.
Yeah, an opportunity for them to wrestle against a couple of different squads. And, the Osseo yet to win a match so far this year, so this may go a little quicker. The second match against Elk River, that should be a good one.
Started 107, Alex Zhang on the mat against 8th grader Paul Solberg. Solberg, one of 3 8th graders in the starting lineup for the Orioles, and he is in some trouble early as Zhang got the takedown, went right to the cradle, and Solberg's night
hurt.
May end in less than a minute. Big points for Zhang at a bare minimum.
Well, Solberg, is doing a job just trying to stay off his back.
And he did survive and not get pinned, so back to his base.
Coach Johnson talked about Zhang, how he's improving every time out. He's really pushing his pace. He checks all the boxes off and thinks that he's got an opportunity to really be a good wrestler. Called him a diamond in the rough.
Was looking for a different pinning combination, didn't find it. Tosses Solberg out of bounds, so he maintains control back to the middle. 50 seconds left in the opening period. A 5-0 lead for Alex Zhang at 107 pounds. Interesting, the Cardinals went to the Eau Claire Holiday Tournament end of December.
Right.
And they don't start at 107 pounds in Wisconsin. They still have a random draw. So it was interesting to see how the lineup fared. And Alex Zhang had a nice tournament, not necessarily because of that, but his points coming at some timely spots because of the lineup starting in varied places.
Well, Coach Johnson he talks about how hard he works in the weight room and how hard he works at practice and just on his runs and just doing a nice job this season, and really been impressed with him.
Well, Zhang essentially let Solberg go for the 1 point. He did get the takedown just before the buzzer, so he will get to the break with a 7-1 lead.
Osseo's going to choose down here.
Zhang, an impressive first period, but didn't really find a pinning combination from the top. This time he does. He goes right back to a kind of reverse cradle. Now he's working him back over, and again Solberg in some trouble early here in the second, and he's got him wrapped up tight.
Yeah, he's just trying to use his leverage to see if he can turn him.
Solberg doing a nice job there for a while, holding on to Zhang's leg to prevent being rolled over. But Zhang in so tight, hard to give him room for those shoulders to get to the mat. He's again going to score 3 near fall points here.
And now he's got him in a good spot.
And there it is. At 2:45, the pin for Alex Zhang.
Now, nice way to start this one off against Osseo with with Zhang getting the pin. Cardinals with the early 6-0 lead. The Cardinals are coming off a big win over Andover, and it was to an Andover team that has beaten them the last couple of years, so it was a really nice victory for them.
Simon Salinas will face Coon Rapids' Adrian Chang at 114 pounds. Coon Rapids with a 6-point lead off of an opening pin for Alex Zhang. Chang in deep, got the single leg, and will complete the takedown right on the edge, and then Salinas able to break away. again gets in, gets that leg up, gets a trip, gets the takedown, and we'll let him go. He's looking for a Nelson there, and
I have a cramp.
You get a cramp?
Yeah, I think it's a cramp. Yeah, it looked like a cramp. Coach Johnson bringing out the pickle juice.
I bet it's not on the sidelines.
It's right there. It's in the Gatorade thing. We talked about it before the match. We've switched to pure unadulterated pickle juice for cramps. You want me to be the spokesman, but I'm not sure I can.
The fact that there is an actual product called pickle juice.
Oh, yeah.
They should sign Shapiro as their representative to be certain.
There's places in New York where you can get it through an IV.
4-2 lead for Adrian Chang starting again here almost midway through the first period. Chang's been the aggressor. He's gotten a couple of takedowns.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, that 4-2 lead.
Holds off the effort from Salinas to try and get around behind. And Salinas again able to retract that right leg and keep it away from Chang. He'll go after the left ankle this time. And now kind of stuck underneath and just bears down and drives through it for the takedown. Yeah, Salinas back to his belly.
Yeah, it gives that lead up to 6-2 now for the Cardinals.
20 seconds left in the opening period. He'll let him go again. Here, Coach Tronson calling out, short time, get one more takedown before that buzzer. And he does get it right on the edge with just over a second remaining. 4 takedowns in the period for Adrian Chang, an 8-3 lead as we go to the second period.
Well, it's nice when you can give your coach something that he asks for, and he did there before the period ended. Cardinals will start from the down.
It's the first chance for Salinas to have the dominant position, given an opportunity to see if he can work Chang into some type of pinning combination. Chang to his feet, not able to spin free. Now Chang able to break free.
Yeah, Chang
and
aggressive.
Right back on the attack. Gets the takedown. Throws a half Nelson in there, but can't get him turned.
He did a nice job of breaking down his arm, but now he's going to get the escape point.
Well, he's shown a mastery from the feet against this opponent.
Yep.
Able to build a big lead, trading 2-for-1s in the first. Leading 11-4, more than midway through the second. Solid single leg. Salinas immediately spins to his belly, and Chang will go back to work up top.
Yeah, Chang's done a really nice job of controlling this match so far. Big lead at 13-4. Time to get on his toes and drive.
Left himself vulnerable
Yes,
in a reversal for Salinas. 15 seconds left in the second period. So 13-6 in favor of Chang as we go to the second period. Salinas will choose the down position for the third. Chang has done a nice job staying in control of Salinas. He hasn't spent a ton of time working up there. He'd rather let him go and try and get him straight to his back. He just hasn't found much room to get Salinas turned.
No, I mean, he's been aggressive as far as the takedowns go.
Oh, yeah. Takedowns are – but once he's down, Salinas able to get back to his stomach every time and just no pinning combinations that have been effective for Chang on top. And now he got stuck on the shot, and Salinas turned it into a takedown, and he's back into this match at 13-9.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that he's doing a nice job of cutting into that lead by Chang.
A good reversal and put Salinas right to his back, and he's in trouble. Chang getting him chest to chest. Still plenty of time on the clock. Salinas kicking for
he's right
the
there.
edge. He was able to get back to his base.
Well, those points that Salinas made up, Chang did a really good job of getting back into this lead, up 18-9.
15 seconds remain in position for a major decision, but Chang was wanting more, especially after the first period. 1 point escape, still an 8-point lead. And the buzzer will sound. It will be an 18-10 major decision.
Chang had to work for that one, but he did a nice job. Again, those takedowns.
Well, and all bonus
points
are good.
Yep.
But again, with how well he controlled the first period, I think he was hoping for more than one bonus point.
At 121 pounds for Osseo, Taylor Zion, and for Coon Rapids, Tyler Ribeiro.
Tele Zion will wrestle for Osseo at 121.
Yeah, originally they had it open.
And Tyler Ribeiro on the mat for the Cardinals.
Coach Johnson's looking for Ribeiro to elevate his game. He was injured last year, had some elbow issues, and had to have surgery on it. And then I guess this year they needed to do a little cleanup on it, so he missed a little bit of time, but now back into it.
Good, strong double leg takedown for Ribeiro. Now trying to get Zion turned. She did a nice job of getting back onto her stomach quickly.
Yep, absolutely.
Similar to what we talked about with Salinas against Chang. But now in some trouble as Ribeiro was able to get her turned. Big bridge for Zion. Right in the middle of the mat, though, midway through this first period.
Yeah, she's in a little bit of trouble.
There it
There's the
is. At 108. So bonus points in each of the first three matches for the Cardinals, a 16-0 lead as we head to 127 pounds. We have two ranked wrestlers for Coon Rapids, and this would be one of them.
Yep.
And this is where they will. Oh, I didn't see. Who did they present? That wasn't Bridenstine, was it?
No.
Because they were open at 120.
I think it was Hoverston.
At 133 pounds for Osseo, we have Chris Madden, and for Coon Rapids, Jack Bridenstine.
Bridenstine's going to wrestle at 133. Of course, Bridenstine rated in the state. He's number 7 at 127. He moved up from 9th place in the poll from the 28th of December.
And he got Madden in a world of hurt early. That only lasts 16 seconds.
Victory by fall in a time of 16
Wow.
seconds.
That's quick.
Bridenstine.
Moves up a weight class, still takes care of business. Third pin already for Coon Rapids, a 28-0 lead.
At 139 pounds for Osseo, Jamie Colson, and for Coon Rapids, Gilbert Costa.
So Gilbert Kostok takes the mat at 130 pounds, taking on Jamie Colseth of Osseo. And Osseo gets the first points for the first time tonight.
Kostek moved down from 145 to wrestle at 139.
The early takedown, but Kostek back to his feet and gets the escape.
This is his debut at 139, Joe.
Another takedown right on the edge of the mat for Colseth. Trying to work Kostek back onto the mat. And now too far off. They'll reset in the middle. 1:11 to go in the first period. Early 4-1 lead for Colseth. Kostek quickly to his feet, gets another escape. But good, quick attacks again. And another takedown for Colseth, his third of this first period.
He's being very aggressive here in this match. He came out right away, the aggressor.
Colseth got back, or Kostek rather, got back to his feet. A warning for stalling. Kostek able to break free again.
Yeah, so he's going to cut in that lead a little bit, 6-3. for Osseo.
Good upper body toss by Colseth, and then he goes after the legs, gets another takedown. Similar to the first period for Coon Rapids wrestler Adrian Chang at 114. Kostek trying to break free in these final seconds and unable to do so. And so an 8-3 lead for Colseth. Kostek will choose the down position.
Yeah, Osseo deferred to Coon Rapids. That was his choice.
Kostek did have 3 escapes in the first period.
Colseth just being the aggressor.
Trying to work leverage on that left shoulder of Kostek. Now he's going for the cradle underneath, and Kostek in some trouble.
Kostek tried to get
able
over
to get back to his base, though, and kick free. No back points. That was fortunate because it looked like Colseth had the cradle locked up.
I thought so as well.
And then lost it as he attempted to turn Kostek over. 45 seconds to go, period 2. No points in this period, but Colseth has that 8-3 lead. Trying to get Osseo its first victory of the evening. Kostek finally able to break free.
Yeah, they're down 28-0 at this point. They need some points.
Another takedown for Jamie Colseth. Right on the edge of the mat.
Less than 12 seconds remaining in the second period.
Colseth doesn't have the same length that Kostick does, but has done a nice job, really. I mean, even though he's given up 4 escapes of really just keeping Kostick from being able to spread him out.
Right.
Kostick will start on top for the third. He trails 10-4. Colseth quickly to his feet. And he will earn the escape.
Good.
Quick
really
and aggressive.
Just gonna say
Colseth,
that, very
and
aggressive.
he does a nice job of kind of going with what Kostick gives him. But he's had those 5 takedowns, and they've all been pretty much different types of takedowns. So there's takedown number 6 with the ankle pick.
Yeah, he's got that 13-4 lead. We're at a minute left.
And Kostick would at least like to cut that lead back to a position where they're not giving up bonus points, even though Coon Rapids has a healthy lead to sustain giving up 1 extra point. He would love to get back to it being just a decision.
Exactly.
If he can't find a way to get Colseth on his back in the next 30 seconds. A takedown is all it would take to get this back to a single decision.
Well, Colseth, getting low again. Now another.
And he's going to be the one to get the takedown. And that is how it's going to end. A 15-5 major decision for Jamie Colseth is going to get Osseo on the board.
Well, again, the Orioles needed some points. They got it there.
We have the JV match going on right next to the varsity mat. While you continue to hear cheers in between. Tristan Hargrave marches on for Coon Rapids at 145 pounds. He'll take on Davian Aiken.
Well, Tristan had been wrestling at 152, and I think now wrestling here at 145 probably his true rate for the rest of the season.
Hargrave working hard up top. Went after the left leg. Now has control of the right. Gets it up. Aiken hopping near the border. Hargrave will drag him back into the middle. Trying to get the trip. Lost his balance. Went down. Stays in control of that right leg.
Yeah.
How long can Aiken dance?
Well, we're going to find out.
1:15 to go in the period. Good head toss to finish the takedown for Tristan Hargrave.
Tristan working hard here, trying to get him turned.
Off the mat, Hargrave will stay in control. Back to center, up 2-0.
Red chooses neutral, 1 point green.
Well, so Hargrave just gave him the point.
Yep. He chose the neutral position. Felt that wrestling from his feet is where he's a little stronger.
Hargrave spins around, gets the takedown. Did a nice job right away of getting ahead of Aiken down, staying on top of him, and that allows him to get around behind. Now working on that left arm. Oh, he's got him turned over, trying to keep his toes in the circle, and Aiken pushing on that leg, make sure he forced him out because he was going to be in some trouble.
Yes, he was. Just 5 seconds remaining here, the opening period.
Aiken quickly to his feet. Hargrave able to break him down and dropped him back to the mat just as the buzzer sounded. Hargrave defers. Aiken will choose the down position. I mean, it's a wise choice, right? He's already given you the 1 point for letting you up in the last period, so choose the down position. A stalling penalty point awarded to Hargrave.
So that'll make it 5-2, favor of Coon Rapids.
Hargrave's had a nice start, but he'd like to finish it.
Yeah.
Aiken going for the leg. Hargrave able to keep him at bay. Again, trying to get control of the head up top. Finds a way to his leg. We saw that work for him in the first period, drag him back into the center of the mat by one leg. And
this time he's on the outside. Couldn't do that. There's a takedown.
Takedown for Hargrave right on the edge of the mat. Aiken able to get away so they can get back to center. 40 seconds left in this second period. Should be a 7-2 lead.
Yeah.
They have not put those 2 points on for the last takedown.
Oh, there they go. They got them on now.
Hargrave able to break Aiken back down, working again on that left arm. Aiken able to get back to his feet, get back out of the ring, and we start again. 9.4 to go.
Yeah, and Hargrave holding that 7-2 lead.
Caution for Hargrave.
That's second caution now.
Aiken able to get to his feet quickly. Hargrave keeps the left leg, though.
He's trying to sweep, get that other leg out.
So just a couple of points in that second period. A 7-2 lead. And Aiken will start on top. His first chance in a control position so far. And the same caution for his hand placement.
Yep.
Hargrave quickly able to break free, push his lead to 6 points.
Well, still plenty of time left in this third period. Minute 42. But Hargrave in a good spot.
Well, and as you talked about, Hargrave working his way down to this weight class. Another takedown for Hargrave, his fourth of the match.
It'll take him a little adjusting to drop that weight.
But he'd love to start his time at 145 with a pin if he could.
Yeah.
He has been in control. He's just has not gotten Aiken onto his back. He's got the cradle, but so far on the edge of the mat, and Aiken just dragging him out of the circle. .43 seconds left. A 10-2 lead now for Tristan Hargrave. Aiken really has done a nice job of not giving Hargrave much to work with from the top.
No, and he does get the escape here to make it 10-3. But he's running out of time.
I don't remember. I think 7 is still enough for a major decision. I think it's 7 and above, but
got him
outside the circle, so no takedown. Aiken not able to
almost
complete the takedown. Good aggressive move, probably the best move he had right at the end. But yeah, it's got to be 8 or more, so just a decision for Tristan Hargrave, 10-3. Takes us to 152 pounds.
152 pounds for Osseo, Matthew Ennin, and for Coon Rapids, Chris Slattery.
At 152 pounds, Osseo will send Matthew Ennin to the mat to face Chris Slattery for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Lattery's dropped 2 weight classes to wrestle here at 152.
Well, the Cardinals, especially in the first couple of weeks of the season, were really strong in the upper weight classes and had a ton of depth. They had like 5 guys at 172 pounds and 189 pounds, like 7 guys each. Ennin gets the early takedown on Lattery right at the edge of the mat.
Yeah, an aggressive takedown at that. Now Lattery getting the escape.
Lattery trying to get to the leg. Goes single to double.
Oh, he's trying to turn him.
Has yet to complete the takedown and will not as they get off the mat. He was trying to get him spun around straight to his back, but may have been better off to spin around and get the takedown.
Yep.
Take those 2 points, trailing early here to Ennin.
Yeah, you like the pin, but sometimes you're not always in the best position to get it. And those 2 points certainly would have been nice.
Ennin trying to toss. Lattery stays strong. Try to get underneath him, get to those legs again. Lattery again getting after that left leg, but off the mat.
Well, it's been low scoring to open this first period.
It's green choice. Green defers.
So Ennin defers, and Lattery will choose the down position to start the second period, trailing 2-1. Lattery to his feet, trying to get control of the hands, but Ennin able to break him back down to the mat.
And then doing a nice job and can really control. Granted, not on points scored, but and now we're tied with the escape.
Well, I was going to say there seemed to be a lot of action in the first period for only a 2-1 score.
That's what I was saying.
Battling for control of the arms up top. Ennin has the edge in length.
He does.
Good quick shot to the legs for Ennin, but Lattery caught him and nearly ended up on top. Now he's trying to get away, but Ennin will finish the takedown late in this second period.
Yeah, he was trying to get off that mat, out of the circle, and couldn't do it.
Lattery able to roll through and avoid getting turned to his back. Ennin looking for a different combination up top, but time will run out. It'll be a 4-2 lead for Matthew Ennin of Osseo to start the third period here at 1:52.
Yeah, big third period here for Lattery. This trails by 2.
Quick reversal for Ennin.
Yeah, it gives him, cushions his lead a little bit to 6-2.
Now trying to gain control of the left arm of Lattery underneath. Oh, he's got the right arm all the way across to the left side, or he did. Lattery able to get it back, and Brandon looking for control in other ways. Lattery, though, back to his feet and able to break free.
At one point, will cut the lead in half, makes it 6-3 with about a minute remaining here in period number 3.
1 minute remaining.
Lattery able to get in on the leg, trying to toss, and he got caught.
Got 2 more.
And Ennin will get the takedown. Down to 20 seconds remaining in the period.
Now they're out of the
Off
circle.
the side.
Yep.
Caution, green.
We're going to caution.
He's very particular about the setup
he is.
before the whistle.
He's making him do it his way.
Lattery able to avoid being turned over. And all of a sudden, he's got Ennin in some trouble.
Oh.
And I don't know that either of the wrestlers realized.
How much time was left?
Well, no, realized that Ennin's back was essentially pointed towards the mat.
Yeah. So I'll make the score 31-7 in favor of Coon Rapids.
Bring us to 160 pounds.
Osseo, Charles Soma, and from Coon Rapids, Hunter Stratsky.
Just got to listen to make sure that they present the guys.
Yes.
So Charles Soma for Osseo will face Coon Rapids captain Carter Skradsky, who is currently ranked, Howie.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Gets the takedown early.
Takedown and near fall, red.
Oh, he got 2 near fall points as well. So quick 4-point lead, just 16 seconds in.
Yeah, Carter's a really good wrestler. He's going to try and see if he can make this a quick one.
Well, Bridenstine, I don't think will be beat tonight.
That was at 16 seconds.
I don't know that he'll be beat all year.
That's pretty quick.
It's got to be somewhere in the record books, within the 10 fastest in school history. 16 seconds. I mean, you can't get much faster than that. Hardly had time to announce him. Oh, he's going to get some more back points as he gets Soma turned over. A lot of time just over midway through this first period. Forcing the left arm down, controlling the head with the legs.
Got him in trouble.
I mean, Soma, it's just a matter of how long can his will hold out. And is it long enough that he can keep that much pressure off of his shoulders for the next 30 seconds?
He's in a good spot, too. Plenty of time left. There it is.
There it is. 1:32.
1 minute and 32 seconds. Carter Stratsky.
So the Cardinals, who had 3 pins in the first 5, Add another here at 160. So
172 pounds.
move to 172. Juan Zaragoza for Osseo against Cam Ross for the Cardinals.
Big cheering section for Cam Ross here tonight. When I talked to Coach Johnson about Cam, Joe, he said, you know, what a welcome return. He missed all of last season with an injury, and what a great addition that he's back with this team.
Had a solid year on the football field as well.
He's a well-built young man.
Trying to get in on the legs is Zaragoza, held at bay. And then just able to force his way through and get the takedown. And just lets him go. Ooh. Hip toss right to his back.
Oh,
and
wow.
All over.
Yeah, it didn't take
47
long.
seconds.
Did not take long.
The hip toss is, when you get it and it works right, it's like the headlock. When you get it done right, it goes right to the back, and pretty much that's it. It's
Absolutely.
over.
Yeah, and that was a quick one, to say the least.
At 189 pounds for Osseo, we have Levi Aiken, and for Coon Rapids, Kenny Wells.
So they had sealed the victory with Skradsky's pin, now just piling it on with a pin from Ross.
Yeah, and Kenny
Wells quickly gets the takedown on Levi Aiken.
Yeah, but then he let him up. Levi Aiken, just an 8th grader. I think he's going to have his work cut out for him against Kenny Wells tonight.
That is a very large 8th grader.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he definitely is.
Wrestling at 189.
Almost had him turned, but then kind of lost his leverage.
Well, it looked like he was going to let him go, and then he didn't. Kenny going to be warned for a potentially dangerous move. He's going to let Aiken up.
Well, yeah, again, Kenny's going to want to be aggressive from his feet, so he'll give that 1 point up.
Well, back-to-back first-period pins. You know, he wants to keep up that streak. It's another takedown, but Aiken quickly to his stomach.
Oh, he'd love
Got control of that arm underneath, though, and he's working on getting him turned over right in the middle of the mat. Aiken trying to roll through it.
But he did. But
Aiken got caught by the legs of Kenny Wells. Wells trying to keep that arm and force him right back down. 45 seconds right in the middle of the mat. He's going to get back points. Pushes the lead to 9-2 in this first period.
I was just going to say a healthy 9-2 lead.
Got him turned over again. 12 seconds left in the period.
They see him looking up at the time left, see how much he's got.
Aiken able to roll back out of it. 3 more near fall points. A 10-point lead at 12-2 to end the first period.
Yeah, it's a pretty healthy first period for Kenny Wells.
Wells is a guy, he's been a captain since his sophomore year.
Yep.
So I've had the opportunity to talk to him a couple of times throughout his career, both as a wrestler and a football player here at Coon Rapids, and a very driven young man.
Yes.
And especially this year, I was not there when they did the preview interviews this year, but just listening to him and knowing it's his last chance to make a run at state, expect him to be in the best shape of his life and fighting hard come section time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
JV match has already ended. Wells.
2-point takedown, Red.
Kind of a weird takedown.
Yeah.
Quarter Nelson applied, and Aiken getting flipped to his back in
Oh, now he's in
a
trouble.
world of trouble, and
There it is.
there it is at 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
With a victory by
Another
fall
pin
in
for the
7
Cardinals.
minutes and 48 seconds, Kenny Wells.
3 straight now, 7 on the night. 2 matches to go. And they have their heavyweight open, so chances are this is going to be our last event right here. Markel Clerk for Osseo against Aiden Hollister for the Cardinals.
No, I think it's going to be. Aiden Becker.
Aiden Becker.
I should have just said it was going to be Aiden.
Aiden, yeah, you would have been right.
So Becker against Clerk.
In the building.
Red's in the house as always. Wouldn't
No
be the same without him.
Becker shot hard, but not able to finish it off. Stays after it. Clark spreading out,
Yeah, we're still looking.
ending up over the top.
Yeah, still looking for those first points here in the first period.
Becker staying on that one leg now. Had the double and really got in nice and deep for the double, just wasn't able to finish it. Not able to hold on to the single either. Stays with it underneath and keeps Clerk from getting him turned around. And now Merkel Clerk finally gets the first points with a takedown. 30 seconds to go in the first period.
He's got good position on top. Becker just tried to get out of it, get that escape.
1 point red.
Clasping penalty point awarded to Aiden Becker. Buzzer will sound. A 2-1 lead for Merkel Clerk.
Green chooses down.
And he will start on the bottom here in the second period.
Got to make sure he's got a little bit of equipment adjustment before we get started. Got to get that shoelace in there.
Clerk breaks free, gets spun around. He's not been able to fully escape. Now he has, but can turn it into a reversal and does.
Oh, now he's got him on his back. Oh, now he's Becker tried
Becker
to,
in
a little bit of
a
trouble.
lot of trouble.
Yeah. There's the pin.
And that's a nice way for Osseo to end their streak without a pin. They had
Yep.
been pinned as I mentioned, 7 times.
On a time of 2 minutes and 31 seconds, Marco Clerk.
I mean, they don't even list any backups.
No.
Osseo is open.
Yep.
And for Coon Rapids, Hayden Skilling.
So Skillings will walk out and have his arm raised, take the forfeit, and the Cardinals will walk out of round 1 of this doubleheader with a 55-13 win.
Yeah, an impressive win for the Cardinals. And, coming in that, Osseo doesn't have the horses that Elk River does coming up, and they figured that they'd have a pretty good opportunity to get a score similar to this, and they have.
Well, and it's nice that some of the big guns got early pins against Osseo and should be relatively fresh for the match against Elk River. And we will take a break, and we will be back with the second half of this doubleheader on CTN Light after this.
please just sit tight. We'll get ready. We'll get started real soon.
This time. We're going to start at 152 pounds, senior Chris Slattery. Chris's parents are Chuck and Angie. He's been wrestling for 14 years. Why did he come out for wrestling? Because my brother was wrestling and thought it would be fun. What are your first memories of wrestling? When I was younger, I would be pinning kids and be waving at my parents at the same time. If I were a superhero, I would be Iron Man because he's rich and smart. What advice would you give to yourself, your younger self? Push through the pain and put in the effort. And his future plans are to finish up his generals at Anoka Ramsey Community College. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Slattery. Carter Stratsky. Carter Stratsky's parents are Jason and Melanie. He has got 12 years experience in wrestling. Why did he come out for wrestling? Because he thought WWE looked cool on TV, and he also thought that he was tough and he wanted to beat people up. His first memories of wrestling were that he won the CRAA school tournament his first year, and he was able to wrestle in the state tournament in Rochester. If he were a superhero, he says, I would be my dad. because he can do everything, and no matter the situation, I can rely on him to save the day. And maybe Batman. What advice would you give to your younger self? It might be more fun to lounge around and goof off in the moment, but hard work will make your whole future more fun. His future plans are to go to college for criminal justice or a pilot's license, and work to be the best that I can ever be. Carter Skransky. Charlie Medina, senior 160, parents Todd and Melissa. It's his 5th year in wrestling. Why did he come out for wrestling? It looks fun, and I wanted to try something new. What are your first memories of wrestling? The bus rides that all felt longer than they were. If he were a superhero, he'd be Iron Man, just because he's rich and with lots of weapons. What advice would he give to his younger self? Go get after it. Stop thinking so much and just do it. His future plans are to go into the trades. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Medina. Cameron Ross, 172 pounds. Parents Sarah and Jeremy. Why did he come out for wrestling? Decided not to play basketball as a 10th grader, so he finally listened to Coach Glenn and Coach Johnson, and he gave it a try. His first memories of wrestling were pinning Carter before school in 7th grade without any experience. Superhero. He would be Mr. Invincible because I'd finally be able to beat up Kenny in practice. What advice would you give to your younger self? Try out wrestling earlier because 5'8" guys don't really have a chance to make the NBA. His future plans are to join the Navy after high school. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Ross. Kenny Wells, 189 pounds, 7 years in wrestling. Parent is Mom Pam. Why did he come out for wrestling? He tried it for basketball. The kid was salty I was going crazy on in practice, and I got picked on, and so they called it self-defense. I got kicked off the team, and my friend said, why don't you just go join wrestling? His first memories were his first match ever. I see everyone on our team started getting pinned, so I seen my kid, and I was scrawny, and it was a kid with glasses, so I said, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna kick his butt. End of the story, he headlocked me and I lost. If he were a superhero, he would be Omni-Man because he's invincible and is overly strong, can't be stopped unless he gets jumped, and that's the same with me. His future, if he would give advice to his younger self, he would say to never give up because I was younger, I was a little big kid, and I always wanted to maybe give up, but I always tried it. I couldn't wait to go home and eat snacks, so give it a try, work hard. His future plans are to attend college. He'll be majoring in theology and going into ministry. That's really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Wells. Aiden Hollister, senior, 215, 6th year in wrestling. Mom Carrie, his parent. Why did he come out for wrestling? In middle school, I was bigger than most kids and wanted to use my bigger gifts for something. After weight training one day, Mr. Griffith told me to give it a try. What are your first memories of wrestling? Definitely the hard practices, but I have to say I remember most were the bus rides and tournaments and conversations I had with fellow teammates. If he were a superhero, he'd be Wolverine. I think his movies are cool, and he's a good person at heart. His advice to his younger self, keep going although times get tough, continue to push through everything. His future plans are to pursue education at an undecided college for science and maybe an EMT certificate. Very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Hollister. Senior, Maya Rudy. Ruddy, I'll say Maya Ruddy, I apologize, Maya. First year in wrestling. Why did you come out for wrestling? Charlton came up to me in the hallway, asked me my thoughts were on joining the wrestling team. I was hesitant, but 30 minutes later, I walked up to him and told him I'd join. Her first memories are, the first captain's practice I went and I was nervous, not sure what to expect, but after practice, I was so happy that I made the decision to join the team. If I were a superhero, she says, my parents might not be superheroes, but I look up to them for everything I do. They have given me strength and courage that I use on the mat, on the softball field, and in my everyday life. I wouldn't be the person I am today without them. That's me. My advice to me and yourself, I would tell myself no matter what, how many times you you fall, you can always end up succeeding. I didn't realize how important failure was until high school. I wish I would have realized that sooner. Future plans, I will be attending Dakota County Technical, I'll be playing softball there and pursuing veterinary technician as my major. Very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Myron Ruddy. And our manager, senior Macy English. Third year as manager, Mom Lisa. Why did you decide to become a manager? I wanted to be more involved in school activities and manage a sports team. My mom was a wrestling manager as well, so it felt perfect. Your first memories of wrestling were watching WWE and then confused that none of those crazy moves were being done on the mat that you saw. If you were a superhero, you'd be Daredevil because he's cool. Advice to your younger self would be take a deep breath. Future plans would be to attend the University of Minnesota Rochester to get a bachelor's in psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Macy English. And our tradition here at Fairfield High School is that we have a poem that sits in our wrestling room, and we have chosen Carter Strasky to read our poem.
There's nothing like a cardinal wrestler. He stands alone, one-on-one with his opponent. He's a wrestler, and he will learn to defeat or be defeated. He will learn to put his self-discipline ahead of desire, to draw courage from within, to remember that mind tires before the body, and to push it to the limits. He will discount the negative remarks and uninterested ears. He will learn to listen to authority and comply, to take loss as a learning experience, to spend hours upon hours to get physically ready and mentally sharp. He will learn to nurture the body that God has given him and to treat it healthy, to cope with anxiety and fears and to turn them into positives, to respect others for their beliefs, capabilities, and capacities, to have a healthy respect for the spirit of competition. He will work alone and yet be part of the team. He will come to have a belief in his own self-worth. The beauty of his character and spirit will rise up. The passion of his courage will come into view, and he will become a man. Cardinal Pride.
Lisa's up top. Everybody, eyes up there. Lisa's got it.
Everyone, and welcome to the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of high school wrestling. It's match number 2 of a doubleheader for the Coon Rapids Cardinals as they take on the Elk River Elks. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro sidelines, and Alex Zhang gets a free 6 points to start the match against Elk River.
And certainly in this kind of competition, they'll take the 6 points because Elk River is going to give them quite the battle.
Hansen, and for Coon Rapids, Adrian Chang.
Gavin Hansen on the mat for Elk River against Adrian Chang.
2-point takedown, Green.
Hansen with the early takedown as he caught Chang trying to get underneath.
Chang got the escape. Hansen being aggressive here to start this.
Chang had a major decision in the earlier match with Osseo. Again, Chang getting underneath, but Hansen able to counter well and end up with the takedown.
Yeah, he's going to jump out to a quick 4-1 lead here early in period number 1.
Just over midway through the first period. Good start for Gavin Hansen. Both takedowns on counter moves from a shot attempt by Adrian Chang. Trying to use his legs to control the left leg of Chang.
Yeah, and he's trying to get underneath and see if he can turn him.
There, he's got him in the cradle.
Yeah, now he does, yep. Oh, and then Chang gets out of it.
Quickly broke free. Again, looking to get him cradled up, and does, but off the mat. And they'll reset to center. Still a 4-1 lead for Gavin Hansen.
Hansen a little bit taller wrestler. A little bit better, longer reach.
Caution for Hansen on hand placement. We saw this throughout the Osseo match as well.
Yeah,
with the other
yeah,
official.
I was just going to say with the other official.
They're both very particular
Yes.
in how you get set up. But that's part of the rules.
That's good to follow the rules. Hansen will start from the down position, up 4-1 here to start period number 2.
Stop for potentially dangerous maneuver.
Now he cautioned again for hand play. Oh, caution to the Elk River wrestler.
Very different than his match against Osseo,
Yes.
where he had 4 takedowns in the first
Yeah, I was
period.
going to say early on, Hansen gets the escape to go to 5-1.
Again, trying to get into that leg. He got to the left leg, but as you mentioned, Hansen just so much longer.
Yep.
Switched up, he tried to get the right leg, instead ends up giving up the takedown. And Hansen now with 3 takedowns in the match, all 3 on counter moves. Hansen actually on the sheet we were given listed as the junior varsity wrestler at 114. He's doing a nice job here in the varsity ranks.
Yes, he is.
Up 7-1.
Well, you know, at 114, Ian Lassard listed as the sophomore. He's a ranked wrestler. He may be. We'll see if he moves down a weight class.
Up a weight class.
I mean, up a weight class. Correct. Sorry about that.
Quite possible.
Yep. Yeah, because he comes in rated number 6 at 114. Lassard.
It's red choice. Red chooses down.
So 7-1 lead for Hansen as we start the third period. And Chang, who never trailed against Osseo, finds himself in a somewhat desperate situation, down 6 to start the third period, and put into a cradle, but then rolled right on top through the headlock and then got thrown off. And through all of that, no points.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought.
I mean, that went from cradle, potentially
Right.
back points for Hansen,
Yep.
into a potential reversal with back points for Chang,
Yep.
to
0.
Nothing.
No points.
nothing.
Warning on red.
Warning for Chang for stalling underneath just about midway through the third period. And needs to start to show some urgency.
Yes, he does, because we're under a minute. And Hansen just trying to turn him.
And that was probably the best opportunity for Chang,
Yep.
but maybe not. Throws the headlock and gets turned over. And they stopped, and they're explaining
And the coaching
what
staff.
made it dangerous and
1 point awarded to Green for technical.
leads to a penalty point for Hansen.
When Coach Johnson's coming over for some clarification from the official. Got the explanation he needed, and
That's too bad because
Yeah.
that was, just as I was saying, he missed what was probably going to be his best opportunity. Looked like he had another opportunity. He got him turned over right to his back. But unfortunately, a potentially dangerous or illegal maneuver led to that reversal. Now to his feet, able to break free. But he needs to take him to his back.
Yeah, he does.
Straight to his back. Under 20 seconds remaining, down 6.
Trying to get his hands free, so maybe he can.
And
triangle a
Hansen
little bit.
can just
Oh yeah, he can play it out.
wants to run out the clock here. Stay away, protect the lead,
And he did.
and get the victory 8-2. A decision for Gavin Hansen.
Gavin Hansen. At 121 pounds for Elk River, Jackson Epner, and for Coon Rapids, Tyler Riviero.
So Jackson Ebner will come out for Elk River at 121. We won't see Ian Lassard. And Ribiero is on the mat for the Cardinals. Ribiero a pin in just 68 seconds
Yeah,
against Osseo.
It was quick.
You know, the Elks really, we were talking about it before the broadcast. 8-10 years ago, it really emerged as a third challenger for the conference title year in and year out, after it being dominated so strongly by Coon Rapids and Anoka. Maple Grove and Champlain Park have also made great improvements, as has Andover.
I was just going to say Andover as well.
Ebner gets the takedown, nearly had Ribeiro in some trouble, but Ribeiro able to get back on his stomach. Ebner's got that hand held tight underneath, though. Trying to get him rolled over and nearly did.
Yeah, he did. Almost
Ribeiro able to roll through it and get back control of that right arm. Ebner
he's got him
getting
close.
him rolled to his back, and Ribeiro in trouble. There is just less than a second remaining in the first period. 1:59, the pin for Ebner will put Elk River in front by a 9-3 score, or 9-6 score.
Little discussion between coaches here at 127.
At 127 pounds for Elk River, Brendan Hawes, and for Coon Rapids, Jeff Bridenstine.
Braden Hawes will wrestle for Elk River at 127.
Yeah, he's on the also
against Bridenstine.
Like Evan Hansen on the JV side of the roster for Elk River.
Bridenstine a 16-second pin at 133.
That was amazing.
Against Osseo. Gets the takedown here and trying to get
almost had him.
Hawes in the cradle. Continue to work for it. Try and get him rolled over right in the middle.
And he's trying to get that leg on top. There
Hawes is done in just 51 seconds.
With a victory by fall in 51 seconds.
That's 3 times as long as the first one, but
that's impressive nonetheless. So I'll give the Cardinals a 12-9 lead.
At 133 pounds for Elk River, Finn Hillier, and for Coon Rapids, Aiden Halverston.
Finn Hillier was originally in at 127, but will bump up to 133. Who's the Cardinal? I didn't even.
It's Aiden Halverson.
It is.
And you know he's listed at 127, but
Hoverston
will go at 133.
Early takedown for Hoverston.
Hoverston, a sophomore. Heiler, an 8th grader.
Two-point reversal, Green.
Hillier gets the reversal. And now he's got Hoverston in a bit of trouble on the edge of the mat, trying to kick his way out of that cradle.
Oh, yeah,
Hillier's got him locked up tight. Plenty of time, and eventually back to his stomach, but a 3-point near fall for Finn Hillier gives him the 5-2 lead. 30 seconds left in the period.
Hoverson started out with that 2-point lead, but 5 points scored by Heiler.
So Hillier will have a 5-2 lead to start the second period. Hoverston will defer, and Hillier will choose the down position. Coon Rapids does benefit from having a lot of their strength and experience at the top of their lineup. So Hillier, a quick escape, and then a quick takedown, and pushes his lead to 8-2 here very early in the second period. Hoverston trying to control that right arm,
and trying
force him over the top, but
Hoverston not having any of it at this point. Staying on his base.
Warning red for stalling.
Hoverston being warned for stalling. Not a lot of action in this second period. It started with a very quick escape by Finn Hillier and then a takedown inside about the first 15 seconds. And it has been Hillier riding out Hoverston throughout the rest of this. Hoverston has been warned for stalling.
Under 10 seconds.
And now he's going to get a penalty point. Make it a 9-2 lead. Hoverston got out from underneath, but not able to finish the reversal before the buzzer sounds. A 9-2
You know, I
lead for Finn.
I asked Coach Stratton what they needed to do to beat Elk River. He said they just have to stay to their basics and really be aggressive, Joe, and just trust in their conditioning.
Quick switch. Hillier able to get back and grab that ankle of Hoverston before he was able to get the escape. Hoverston trying to control over the top, but his ankle twisted up pretty good underneath. Tried a grandy roll and got caught. And now Hillier trying to pull that arm out. He is going to get 3 near fall points.
That's going to push his lead to 12-2.
Almost a reversal there for Hoverston. Instead, Hillier able to get back behind.
Still plenty of time in the third period. We're just about a minute.
Trying to roll him over again and nearly did. Hoverston let go to keep from being reversed. 45 seconds left. Overston never able to complete the escape.
Nope.
He'll return to the center of the mat. 29 seconds to go. A 10-point lead for Finn Hillier. Overston quickly to his feet. Hillier again keeping control of one leg.
Just 10 seconds, less than 10.
It's going to be a solid
Yeah.
major decision for Finn Hillier. 12-2 final score. And that will put Elk River back in front, 13-12.
Yeah, it's kind of seesaw here to start early on.
At 139 pounds for Elk River, Dylan Peters, and for Coon Rapids, Gilbert Costa.
So it's Gilbert Kostok and
Dylan Peters.
Yep. Peters for Elk River.
Kostic was trying to throw the
2-point takedown. Great.
Yeah, it turned into a
The-
takedown.
headlock, but it turned into a takedown for Peters.
Kostok not able to get the escape.
Spent a lot of his match fighting from underneath.
Yes.
Expended a lot of energy in the loss to Osseo. Lost a 15-5 major decision. Peters was working on getting him in the splits. And now has him back to the mat against the edge there. He'll get 3 back points if he's not able to complete the pin.
Oh, now he's in a little bit. Was just about a little bit of trouble. He's got to pin him quickly if he's going to pin him here because time's running out. He's
Final
off.
seconds. Still got his toes in the circle. The buzzer will sound, and so it'll be a 5-0 lead for Dylan Peters going to the second period.
Red chooses down.
And Kostic will choose the down position, so he'll continue to fight from underneath.
Caution green.
Caution on Elk River.
Again, he gets those legs in and works on getting that left leg with his arms to try and get him in the splits. Kostic trying to unwrap him.
Trying to get that arm to turn him over here.
Well, and Kostic just hasn't been able to get that right leg free. Finally gets to his feet and able to get away to get his first points of the match just over midway through the second period.
Get the 5-1 lead for Peters.
Peters goes for the headlock. Kostic nearly caught him, and then Peters able to slip away and complete the takedown.
Yeah, you talked about Kostic underneath most of the time, on the bottom most of the time. And that's going to run that period out.
The 7-1 lead now for Dylan Peters going to the third period. Peters chooses the down position. Peters working towards the headlock and
can't get it.
Able to get the reversal though and get Kostic in some trouble.
Yeah.
Kostic fights his way back to his stomach.
And just fighting to try and get out of that.
Well,
and locked in that position.
Peters has really focused on that, trying to control the lower body.
Yep.
And Kostic has fought through it several times and gotten back to his feet. And it's just, then you have to unwrap Peters from the one leg that he's completely wrapped around with his lower body in order to break free.
Well, it's a healthy 9-1 lead for Peters, with just about 50 seconds remaining here in period number 3.
Kostic back to his feet, trying to get the hands, and finally does.
And he gets that.
Gets free.
Yep.
But now in position with 30 seconds left, he needs a takedown that will put Peters straight to his back if he wants any chance to win here. Under 20.
Off the out of the circle. 15 seconds remain.
And that'll do it.
Yep.
A 9-2 decision for Dylan Peters. Will increase the lead to 16-12 as we head to 145. Bjorn Svensson. It's a great name.
It is a great name.
I'm only assuming he is the one to be presented. Tristan Hargrave.
So a 16-12 lead now for Elk River.
Hargrave a 10-3 decision against
Yep.
Osseo. Would love to have a 2-0 effort here tonight. His team could certainly use it, especially if he can pick up some bonus points and help get him tied, if not in the lead. This is the midway point, being the 7th of 13 weight classes.
Yeah, Cardinals like to see some points from this weight class if possible.
Svensson warned for stalling early in this first period. A lot of dancing, a lot of hand fighting,
Yeah,
not
no points.
much more.
And no points so far as this first period's winding down.
Hargrave trying to get to the legs as Svensson does, and he'll get the takedown just before the end of the first period, right on the edge of the mat.
Yeah, nice couple of points here to end that first period.
Hargrave defers. Svensson chooses the down position, trailing 2-0. We're going to get that arm over his head and see if he can get him in a guillotine.
Well, he's trying.
Svensson's arm can only bend so far.
Yeah.
Without his shoulders following.
Yeah, he's trying to turn him here.
It's a lot of leverage. He's going to get some back points if Svensson can avoid being pinned here, because that's a tough position. Tried to roll out of it. Hargrave tried to catch him and now turns it into a headlock, and Svensson is all done.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Will not get out of this one.
No, he's got to get that right lever. He's got plenty of time, obviously.
Hargrave just needs to slide the hips further out like so.
Oh,
there it is. I was going to say, don't make me eat my words
I know,
here.
right? That was a nice win for him.
Pin in 3:29. And that's what Coon Rapids needed. Get them back in front, 18-16.
Well, again, this is back and forth.
At 152 pounds for Elk River, Lars Nelson, and for Coon Rapids, Chris Lattery.
Lars Nelson against Chris Lattery at 152.
Well, hand checking here early on in this one.
Lattery lost a tight 1-8-5 against Osseo. Good ankle pick by Nelson. Lattery can't escape the takedown. Well, the strength of the Cardinals lineup is really upcoming, but
yes.
so is Elk River's. Elk
Correct.
River has 3 ranked wrestlers. Lassard, we expected to see at 114, did not.
Well,
And the other 2 still lie ahead. And hopefully we will see Hillier against Stratsky at 160.
I don't even see Hillier on the roster for Elk River. We'll see how that goes, and if that's
No,
the
you're
case,
right. I don't either.
Yeah, the 2 of the top-ranked wrestlers for Elk River, if that's the case, will not be wrestling here tonight.
Nelson, a good job breaking Lattery back down over near the edge of the mat. 27 seconds left in the first period. Nelson working on a half Nelson. Gave that up, now goes back to it. Putting a lot of pressure on the back of Lattery's head. Keep him broken down for the last few seconds of the first period. And Nelson will take a 2-0 lead into period number 2.
Yeah, not a lot of scoring in that first period.
Nelson starts out on the bottom. Able to get to his feet and get a pretty quick escape.
Yeah, so he takes that 3-0 lead.
Ooh. Another good ankle pick, this time a little bit cleaner of a takedown. The cheers for the pin at the JV match.
Yes, yeah.
It's the audience just to clue you in. So, hey, what are we missing?
No, there is.
Is the audio extremely delayed?
The JV and varsity wrestling at the same time here tonight.
Nelson's had a nice match here against Lattery. He's stayed in control pretty much throughout. Had the only takedown of the first period, an escape and a takedown here in the second. Has not been able to really turn it into any pinning combinations. He's just going to let Lattery go here. As we close in on 30 seconds left in the second period.
Again, holding that 5-1 lead.
Nelson, the reversal over on the edge. And we'll reset to the middle. Well, the
period ended.
Period ended. Excuse me.
So Nelson with a healthy 7-1 lead. Lattery's got a period here to see what he can do, trailing by 6.
Again, it's tough enough to have one match, but to have 2 matches and then spend this much time trying to fight your way out from underneath.
difficult. You expend
a lot of energy. But here's a reversal. It nearly had Nelson in a whole lot of trouble. And again, it's almost better just pushing away.
Right.
And at least completing the reversal. He is going to get the escape.
That'll make it 7-2. JV match over with. That was quick.
That's the thing about wrestling. I mean, matches can be 16 seconds, as Bridenstine showed in the first period or in the first match, or they could take 6 minutes plus. Could go through a overtime period as well. So you never know.
You do never know.
And like that first one, we saw the first match against Osseo, we saw a couple of forfeits and a lot of pins. I think Coon Rapids ended up with 7 for and 1 against. Something like that.
Cardinals get a stalling warning.
Six to 1.
6-1.
Pins, yep. So under 10 seconds to go. Nelson was hoping to trade a couple of 2-for-1s to try and push it to an 8-point lead and get an extra point for his team. I think he'll be able to do that up by 6. He will not get that last takedown. So 9-3 decision.
So that'll give the Elks the lead back at 19-18. We're seesawing back and forth here tonight.
So we will see Carter Skradsky.
Yep.
At 160 pounds for Elk River,
Wyatt Lease for Elk River.
Carter Skradsky.
So we're not gonna see
Hillier, the ranked wrestler for it should have been number 9 against number 10, because Skradsky currently ranked
number 9.
Elise caught him in deep. Skradsky staying with it, tried to just dump him over.
Almost had him in some trouble.
Almost.
Yep.
Tried to get behind him and not able to complete the takedown. And with the end of the JV match, we now get two referees.
Yep. 2 for the price of 1.
Carter, another one of the Cardinal captains. He's been a captain since his sophomore year. Good leader in a kind of transition time for the program. Throws the headlock. Gets the takedown, and Lease in some trouble. Skradsky trying to end it here in the first period.
I was saying plenty of time.
Leaning back, trying to pull up on the head. Force the shoulders to the mat, and there it is.
It's a
at
big pin.
136. Yeah, bonus points, as you talked about. You know, they back and forth battle. Bonus points will come up big.
Huge.
And Elk River, they gave away 6 points at 107 pounds, so playing catch up from the start.
At 172 pounds for Elk River, Dante Sass, Coon Rapids is open.
Dante Sass is going to get a forfeit for Elk River, so that'll put them right back in front, 25-24.
So they
At 189 pounds. for
Cam
Elk
Ross,
River,
who
Will
wrestled at
Johnson. And for Coon Rapids, Cameron Ross.
Ross, going to bump up.
But I imagine Wells will bump up then to 215.
I was going to say he had a very quick pin, 47 seconds against Osseo. Will Johnson, the wrestler for Osseo,
Cam was looking to get that leg.
looked for the headlock, not able to toss. The very solidly built, it's like a fire plug out there. Will Johnson, short and thick.
Short and thick.
It's not easy to get the hip toss. So that's, I think, it wasn't it Cam that used the hip toss, I think, in the first match.
Yes.
Hip toss or
Yeah,
headlock.
He's not going to do that. At least I don't think.
Well, it would.
He could.
He's got that lower center
He
of
does.
gravity. It makes it awfully tough
Yeah.
to pull off one of those maneuvers. Ross trying to get in on the leg. Not able to pick it up. Went back upper body. And again, trying to toss. And that's, you got to get low.
Oh, you do. You have to get low and use your legs. Get a lot
Johnson,
of
look at the
leverage.
side. I mean, the legs the kid's got. Johnson goes after Ross's leg and gets him up. He tried to toss and get behind, but we continue without any scoring into the final 25 seconds of the first period. Cam Ross, one of the Cardinals seniors. There was a special ceremony between the two matches of our
very
doubleheader.
nice.
Headlock, the toss worked, but Johnson able to roll through it. Ross able to back up and get the takedown. Just seconds to go, but Johnson able to jump up and get to the escape.
So Elk River will start the down position, and a tight one here in first period, 2-1 lead for Cam Ross.
Yeah, and all the scoring in the last 5 seconds
Yes.
of that first period. Very early escape for Johnson. We're back to even at 2-2, and we're back to neutral position. So Ross gets a leg, and he will get the takedown.
That gives him the 4-2 lead.
Johnson back to his feet, able to get turned around. Trying to get his foot free. Ross trying to bring him back to the center. Keep that leg up, trips him back down, gets back on top. Another escape for Johnson. Ross is being warned for stalling. Johnson attacks for the leg, got caught, got tossed right to his back, and Johnson in some trouble. Ross up pretty high.
Yeah, he was up a little too high.
He is going to get 2 near fall points.
Gives him an 8-3 lead, but yeah, he had a great opportunity for the pin there. But as you mentioned, just a little too high.
Johnson trying to break free and does. 5 seconds left in the period, and Ross will go to the third with an 8-4 lead.
Ross going to start in the down position here to start period number 3, up 8-4. Cardinals down by a point, 25-24.
It's the first time Johnson's been in the superior position. See what he's able to do. Goes after the legs, trying to get Ross turned over. Ross trying to get his legs free, back to his base. Trying to get behind him, trying to reverse him, and now he does. And he's got Johnson in some trouble. Minute to go, and there it is.
That's a big one.
Huge. At 4:53.
Yeah, nice win
with
for
just
Cam.
20, with just 2 weight classes to go.
Well, we were told this one's going to be a tight one, and it's definitely been that way. So now let's see if who's wrestling. Yeah, Kenny Wells did move up to 215. This should be a good one. Paul Greenberg for Elk River.
Kenny had a second period pin, and he looked very strong against Osseo.
He's aggressive.
Good counter move, gets him a takedown early against Greenberg. Any win for Coon Rapids seals the victory for the team. And, of course, Hayden Skilling's waiting in the wings for the Cardinals.
Yeah, didn't wrestle.
And he's fresh.
Yes, he didn't wrestle in that one against Osseo. They didn't put anyone up against him. And I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to get out there.
Kenny, another one of those senior leaders that was honored between matches. They're going to lose a big and very skilled class.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Cam Ross and Kenny Wells, Chris Lattery, Carter Skradsky, Aiden Hollister.
Yep.
Greenberg trying to switch out. Wells stays with him.
Kenny doing a good job of not letting him up.
Takes a quick peek at the clock. 30 seconds left in this first period. Greenberg trying to get control of the arms underneath. Wells with a caution for stalling.
Paul. 10 seconds remaining in the period.
So Wells will have that 2-0 lead going to the second period. Greenberg defers, Wells chooses down. Oh no, he chooses neutral.
Yep.
Again, Greenberg needs to win here to keep Elk River's hopes alive. Trailing by 5 with only one match after this.
And not a lot of scoring
Working
here.
on getting him walked over. Wells trying to keep control of that left ankle over the top. Stalemate. Now return to center.
Yeah, a little over a minute remaining here in period number 2. Both the wrestlers looking for that little bit of an advantage.
Wells trying to use his speed, gets circled around behind and does.
A couple big points here for him.
Yeah, points have been hard to come by in this match so far. Just a 4-0 lead for Kenny Wells. Had a takedown in the first, now a takedown here in the second. Wasn't able to do much with it from the top position throughout much of that first period. Was warned for stalling while on top. Greenberg able to get spun around, get to the leg of Wells. And now Wells just trying to hang on for dear life to avoid the reversal.
He will.
Final seconds tick away. It'll stay a 4-0 lead for Kenny Wells.
So Elk River's going to choose down.
Greenberg's been close to a couple of reversals.
Yep.
Has not been able to break free of Kenny Wells. Quick switch, but Wells stays with him. Wells trying to get control of the right arm of Greenberg. Working that right arm. He's also working the left arm, trying to get a half Nelson in. Now he's going to go to a quarter. Keeping pressure on the head, keeping Greenberg head to the mat.
Yeah, we're under a minute. Just trying to get that leverage worked around.
Changing strategy, went for a possible cradle, now back up top. Greenberg sits out. Wells again able to stay with him, and this time able to get that arm trapped up behind him. Greenberg trying to get that left arm free. Down to 20 seconds left. Down to the final 5. Kenny Wells is going to hang on.
Yes, he will. There he did.
For a 4-0 decision, and that will clinch the win for the Cardinals.
We're down to the big guys.
Sam Curtin for Elk River against Hayden Skillings. Hard to believe Skillings just a junior. He's Been the Cardinals
Yeah,
heavyweight
for a
since
while.
his freshman
Yep.
year.
Well, as principal here at Coon Rapids, John Pena would say these are the men on the team. These two guys. Oh,
Hip toss
got him down quickly.
for Skillings works well, and Curtin in trouble early.
Yeah, and he's obviously got plenty of time to work on it.
Skillings got to win tonight without touching the mat at all, trying to get another one in less than a minute here against Elk River. Curtin staying strong, keeping his back off the
I was
mat.
just going to say, he's using a lot of energy. Still plenty of time.
Well, you can see how over the top Skillings is.
But if Curtin can stay out of this one.
Keeping those hips turned. Under 30 seconds. I mean, he's been avoiding the pin here for almost a minute. More than a minute.
Yeah, he's got to be tired. And Skillings just can't get him pinned.
Under 10 seconds.
Well, there maybe he's got it here. We'll see.
You got to take your hats off here to Sam Curtin to avoid the pin and ride it out for that long.
Well, that's the thing, and he's got to be tired. His energy has to be expended.
Screen choice. Green chooses down.
So Curtin will choose the down position here for period number 2. And Skillings got him into trouble very early, right in the middle of the mat, just up way too high to force the shoulder blades to the mat. And again, credit to Curtin for fighting it off and being able to hold it off as long as he did.
Skillings see what he's trying to do about turning him, but
that was a hard crossface.
Ouch. I'd get one of those, I'd be done.
Right?
Yeah, it was a good career for me.
When you can hear it throughout the entire field house, you know it was loud. Sam Curtin probably has the best hairdo that we've seen tonight, too.
Absolutely. Skillings holding that 5-0 lead here with about 35 seconds remaining in the second period.
Curtin tried to grab his hands and kind of roll him over, but Skillings pulled free and then nearly got him turned. Yeah, this second period has pretty much been Skillings riding Curtin around the ring, which is pretty much what the first period was.
Exactly.
Was Curtin just avoiding being pinned.
Correct. And using all that energy.
Skillings tried to force him to the mat. So no scoring in period number 2, still a 5-0 lead for Hayden Skillings as we start the third.
Red chooses down.
It looked like he was going to have a pin in less than a minute.
I thought for sure he was.
Instead, here we are starting the third period, and Sam Curtin starts on top, and his first opportunity to try and work a pinning combination.
Oh, and Skilling's easily getting up, but
It's a big boy.
yes. Or two big boys.
There's the escape and the takedown.
Yeah, Skilling.
Oh, they're going to call it a 2-point reversal.
Yep.
Fast enough.
I let him up.
1-point escape, green.
So it's 7-1 in favor of Skillings.
Takedown for Skillings pushes the lead to 9-1.
About 40 seconds remaining. Healthy 9-1 lead for Skillings.
And this in a familiar position with Skillings.
Yep.
Riding. And Curtin not really able to do much of anything underneath. Oh, gets turned around though, and in some trouble right on the edge of the mat late in this one. 15 seconds left. And
Trying
add
to
some
get that
near
pin.
fall points. Skillings trying to get the pin. Again, though, really high. And 3 back points push the lead to 12-1. Less than a second to go. That's the way it will end. Major decision for Hayden Skillings will mean the final is 37-25.
And a couple of wins for the Cardinals tonight, which is always good to see.
Yeah, and they came in at 7-5, so pushing their record to 9-5 has got to feel good. We talked about it, last year. I think they finished with only 7 or 8 wins. It was one of the worst records for a Cardinal wrestling team and in school history, and I know a lot of the guys took it very personally and wanted to see a big change this year, and they're doing what they can to get that done.
Well, yeah, and Tronson said, last year was not indicative of this Coon Rapids wrestling program, and they vowed to turn it around this season, and they've done a nice job so far.
So that pushes them to 9-5. And that gets us to the end of the evening. A pair of wins for the Cardinal Wrestlers. Final here against Elk River, 37-25. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.